Mean tip of the week. Here's my tip for you. Just fucking try. That's it. Try it. If you've been debating it, try it. You want to do it? Try it. You want some beard care? Try it. Your beard looking weird? Do something about it.
You want to feel inadequate? Walk into a Casey's thinking that you're hot shit and see Josh's beard and walk away.
And even then, like mine's not as big as like Pat's or Joe's.
No. It just yesterday we walked into Casey's and this dude was pulling on his beard because he's seen mine, and I was like, you got me. I shaved off mine, but whatever. He looked at Josh and instantly turned around and was like grabbing his beard like, oh man.
Yeah, well, when something swings on the ground, it's kind of hard to get out of the way.
Keep it clean.
No, guys, try. Seriously, try. Just get and try. You guys need some beard care? Try. You guys comb it? Just get up off your ass and go do it. It's here for you guys. Mean Beard. Go check out meanbeardgrow.com. GBP15 at checkout. And try some balms. Try some whips. Try the new Lime Whip. Try their folding beard comb. Get out and join a beard club. Go to a beard contest.
Having a beard on your face is like having a pet on your face. You have to take care of it.
Having a beard is like having the new hobby you never knew you needed.
Yeah. You got to take care of it or it dies.
You got to take care of it.
Take it from me.
Take care of it or it dies. Take it out. Show it off. Let people goo and gaw over your wonderful beard. Head over to meanbeard.com. Get the whips. Get the balms. Get the Lime Whip, which is mwah. Head over there today. meanbeardco.com. GPP15 at checkout. Joe Loving. We love you, brother. Thank you. That's our Mean Beard tip of the week. Guys, as you guys know, head over to Kickstarter.com all month long for Launch Towerfest 2022. You guys will see some of our happy Halloween trick-or-treats from different interviewers that have books coming out this month. Just as a gift to you guys who loyally listen to the show if you guys want to hear about some awesome stories. If you don't, then don't watch it. Every week we'll still have our Guitar Bars podcast just for you and here on YouTube with our Gear Acquisition Syndrome and our main event. And our main event of episode 79, brought to you by Mean Beard, we're going to get into a little bit of the history of the Dean ML. Origin story of the Dean ML guitar was one of the most iconic designs made by Dean Zielinski during his time at Dean Guitars. The model made its debut in '77, featuring what may have been described as the bottom half of a Gibson Flying V and the top half of a Gibson Explorer, and a headstock that shaped that resembled the Gibson Futuro, a model Gibson designed in '57, and that was the precursor to the Explorer, even though Gibson never produced them, aside from a handful of prototypes until '66. The ML headstock was named in a lawsuit brought forth by Gibson citing several alleged infringements over trademark that they had held for their Flying V, SG, Explorer, Hummingbird, Modern 335. Oddly enough, the ML was accused of looking too much like a Modern. I don't know what kind of drugs you'd have to be on to confuse these two models. First off, the headstock smaller on the Modern. Second off, the V is symmetrical on the headstock. Third off, the top of the guitar on the bass side looks nothing like that except for the very back, and the V's are not symmetrical. Like, we could go on and on about that.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
The proof's in the pudding. Look at eyeball test, man. We've said it once, we said it a million times. You're never in your life going to pick up a Dean or a Gibson and mistake one for the other.
Yeah. The ML design debuted in '77 and quickly took the world by storm. Became a favorite of Eric Peterson, Michelangelo Badio, Corey Bolu, Bolu. God. Trivium fans are going to crucify me for that one.
Corey Bolu.
Matt Heffy, Mike Terry, Wayne Static, and Michael Schenker. There was one time when it seemed like everyone owned a Dean ML. Of course, the most famous user was Dimebag Darrell, who wielded his iconic Dean from Hell for the duration of his career. The Dean from Hell sported a custom paint job, which recently became the subject of another lawsuit, a Bill Lawrence pickup, and a Floyd Rose bridge. A lot of kids picked up the guitar because of Dimebag, so Dimebag's use of the Dean from Hell, of course, did wonders for ML sales among those in the metal community. Hence, the mods like the Floyd Rose and aggressive pickups like EMG and Seymour Duncan Later on, as we know, the ML adapted, taking on more of an aggressive look to appeal to those who use the axe for aggressive music. Of course, we know this model as the Razorback, which was designed by Dimebag before his tragic passing.
I have one. It is a massive.
They are massive
guitar.
Yeah,
massive.
Yeah,
like
there's only one guitar that I can attend to, like playing a big bass, and that's an ML.
Yeah.
Like I played that big jazz bass for a long time, and yeah, it's this like the same thing. It's the feeling like you're playing like a door. You know what I mean? It's like just putting a guitar strap on a door and like trying to play it.
It's a beast of a guitar, that's for sure.
It is huge, dude.
Like whenever a guitar stands up to your chest, like when you're holding it, that tells you something.
Yeah.
And it's not overly heavy. It very awesome guitar though. Those necks, it's a wide neck. It's a badass guitar.
While the legacy of the ML is undeniable, many have speculated what the ML stands for. Because of the guitar's popularity among those in the metal genre, some have assumed that it was abbreviation for metal. As it turns out, the true story is a much more personal story to it. ML, as M.L. were the initials of Dean Zelensky's childhood best friend, Matt Lynn. Matt and Dean bonded over a mutual love of music and playing guitar. The two lived only 2 blocks apart. Matt passed away from cancer tragically at the young age of 17. The death of his best friend weighed heavily on Dean as he began building guitars just 2 years later. The first original body shape was a guitar that would become the ML in honor of his dearly departed childhood friend.
That's badass.
Did you know that?
No.
Learn something new here every day. On accident, here at Guitar Pirates Podcast, the ML is still made to this day, even though Dimebag is no longer with us. Dean Zelensky has moved on to greener pastures. Zelensky formed DMZ, also known as Diamond Guitars, in 2008, and today he builds for Dean Zelensky Private Label, a company he started in 2012. Perhaps it isn't as popular as it was during its heyday, but it still holds a very important place in rock and roll history. The origins of the iconic act make it all more meaningful. Excuse me. Knowing that, yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know the ML thing. And I knew they came out in 77, but the thing is that 79, the headstocks are a little smaller than the 77s. That's why I always go to the 79.
Gotcha.
Because the 77 and 78s, the headstocks are massive.
Massive.
Like, it's almost another guitar on the end of your guitar. Yeah. But that's why I go to the 79, because that's whenever they introduced the smaller headstock. It's not as small as the new ones, but I mean it's when they downsized a little bit. But yeah, thought that was kind of cool. It's kick ass. Dean Z needs to come back, man. I'm sorry, but I have two. My Razorback is a 2007, so that's a Dean Z, and I have 3 Deans from the Dean Z age, and they're imports, but the import back then, I don't know, something about them, they just kind of slipped through the cracks. Kick-ass guitars. All right, guys. Reverb, you know what we're doing. Give me $25,000 to $3,000. That's the beauty about vintage Deans. There's going to be a lot of 80s that are going to pop up, so I guarantee it. Well, I did pick 2 because there's only 1 from the 70s and there's 12 from the 80s. Yeah, so, I figured as much. That's what we're going to do here. Yes, we're not going to get into the old and original stuff, but we've got some fun stuff here. You've got a vintage 78 Dean V. That's that Chicago Burst. Flame cherry sunburst. Very rare find. Could be obviously what Jim said. It just what they have wrote down here. Just reading. Reading what they have. Weighs 6 pounds 14 ounces. Look at the flame on that thing. It's gorgeous. Yes, you can see Gibson aesthetics in it. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, but it's a whole different guitar. It's a different guitar. But you can see like the inspiration and stuff from it. But I mean, the way that those guitars are built is almost a way of standard of guitar building. Yeah.
$5,000, guys. $200 shipping. Backing it up here. 82 Dean Z, USA Standard. Bound Explorer, Brazilla Burst, Flametop DiMarzio Super Distortions. 7.9 pounds. Not bad. That looks rad. All bound.
And they play way different than an Explorer. 100% different.
Smaller headstock, I presume.
Yeah.
The backside of that thing. The mahoganies.
That white one. They got that vintage cherry.
81 Dean ML bass.
Man.
$18.50 at a local pickup only. Will consider shipping, but buyer must contract with the shipper. So if you're going to have it shipped, you're going to have to be the one to pay for it. That's crazy. '83 DZ. Pearl blue. With the baby headstock on it. 24 frets.
The shrimp fork. It's the cut.
Well, what I love about it is that it's above the nut. You could technically just, if you didn't have to deal with that. And it's a Kaler too. Take that bitch off there. Take that bitch off there. We don't need that Kaler on there. I'm kidding, guys.
Check that white one.
80 Dean ML white.
Ugh.
Black binding, zebra pickups. You can see the nitro cracking in it. Ooh. Got all the good stuff on it. $4,000.
That's what I'd get right there. It's that white one.
It's been on here for 6 months. Dude would probably take $3,500 at this point. Located at Rumble Seat Music in Nashville.
Charleston, hook us up, brother. Come on.
Dean V in '83 in black. '81 Dean Elite Cadillac. Let's see here.
Vintage cherry.
A Dean Mach 5 80s.
I mean,
look at the back of that thing.
For $750. For something vintage.
Oh man.
And see, one of the coolest guitars that I had a chance to get for $650, and I should have got it, is they had the Budweiser and the Bush guitars.
Whoa, check this out. Yeah. Baby ML Relic.
Yeah.
83.
And it's going to have that shrimp fork headstock on it.
Yeah.
Which Josh got to see one of the Red Rockers Deans with the...
Yeah, it was pretty rad.
That was the Baby Z.
Dean Hollywood Z. $400. Shrimp fork headstock. Looks like somebody's took the thing off the neck. Kaler in the bridge.
To me, it's almost like on the Hollywood Z, it's kind of like they took a the Dean Z and a Iceman and just kind of
threw it together.
Ish.
83 Dean ML in cherry mahogany. $3,500. That's cool.
We're going through gas right now, people. Well, for me, I'm like...
Here we go. Here's something odd. A Dean Bel Air 83 Silverburst. $429.
That's almost a...
Shrimp fork headstock. Weird looking guitar, but not like dogging it. I'm just saying.
For $429?
Yeah.
Bet you the thing's a boat anchor.
I bet it is, my friend.
What's that blue one?
This one?
Right. What is it? $7.99?
85 Baby Dean. Left-handed.
Oh. It's got the 500 XL though.
Yeah. $7.99. Dean Elite Blonde. The Cadillac version. At Caldwell Guitars in Nashville. Nashville, you want your Dean, bub? You need to go to Nashville.
Right?
They're crawling around in Nashville.
You know, out of all the guitars I've owned, I've never owned a Caddy.
I've actually owned one. A Sunburst, a Cherry Burst one. It's pretty cool. But guys, that's it. It's a little bit of the little history of the Dean ML, a little history of Dean, a little gear acquisition, hunting Dean on the old reverbs.
So I just need about 15 grand. I can scoop up the white one, the black binding.
Yeah, that white one with black binding. There was a few examples in there that were really nice.
That blue Z is nice.
Yep.
For me though,
that 78V they had was really nice. Even though it might have had the larger headstock on it.
Yeah, but still. It's 6.9 pounds.
Yeah, it's 6.9 pounds for that guitar.
For that guitar,
That get you right up here in the goozlers.
And the sound on those things.
Oh my god.
And you know what sucks though is even now being vintage, nothing is over $5,000. Nothing.
There's a few, but it wasn't like it's not super vintage, or if it is, it's like really like.
They're in the Dean's shop.
Yeah.
Dean bought all the pristine.
That V was $555.
Yeah.
The V was the most expensive one.
But it's like.
But it was also the oldest one.
It's the oldest one.
On reverb.
But it's like Dean pretty much bought up all the pristine era guitars. They have them in their Dean shop. But it just sucks that all this stuff with Dean's going down, and there's just something about the older model, like that black, like the dime bolt that I have, the black one. Mm-hmm. That's a 2007 model.
Yeah.
I mean, you
can tell quality change very easily, when you see that certain split in time.
Well, it's like whenever you're closer to Dime being alive and you get farther away from Dime being alive. It's they went to the Select series, which the Select series is awesome. Don't get me wrong. It's not that influence from Dime from back in the day. It's much better.
Yeah.
The quality, like I don't know, they just. It's a whole different guitar company now.
Well, guys, that's episode 79 of Guitar Wars Podcast. In the can. Should be uploaded sometime this evening. If you guys are listening to this, guys, enjoy the rest of your week. Don't do nothing dumb. Drink lots of water. Check your baby's candies. If you don't buy candy for your babies, buy some comic books for your babies for Launchtoberfest 2022. And if you happen to learn anything on this show,
it was definitely by accident.
Big, small, one and all, we are here for you. Meanbeard, Greenbeard, Analog, Pedals, and Franklin Straps. Also lesser known comics. Guys, I've been your host, Josh Jones.
I've been your co-host, Jim Sticker. Shout out to Josh's Butt Tattoos, baby.
Until next time, Josh's Butt Tattoos will take care of you. Peace.
I had to give your shout out at the end.